Hello everyone, welcome to a third session of Asana in construction. Previously we looked at how we could use Asana to manage our bidding process and how we could use it to manage our purchase order workflows. Now in this session we're going to look at how we can use Asana to plan our projects and as well as keep track of our projects. Now, like the previous sessions, we created a project template. In this case, my template contains the typical tasks and sections in a fit-out project. Now, the first thing we're going to do is copy this template. So we copy project users template. We will rename this to new fit-out project. Create the new project. Now this project, you'll be able to see it on your left pane once it's completed creating. Now on your left pane we can open our new fit-out project. As you can see, our template has been imported across with the tasks within. Now what I'm going to do is assign these tasks to my foreman who will be responsible for the delivery of each of these sections. So my AC fit out, I'm going to assign to my first foreman. Let's call him foreman 1. Same as the second fix. And for my electrical fit out, I'm going to assign it to my second foreman. Right, once I've done this, what I'm going to do next is set a delivery date. Now I need this aspect to be finished by the end of October. So we shall give it 28 October. And then the second fix a month later. Let's say 28 of November. Now I've created many other tasks or sections that can be assigned to several foremen or the same foreman. But I'm just going to focus on the mechanical fit out and electrical fit out for this example. Now once we have done that, I'm going to take you over to instagantt. Now this is an application that collaborates with Asana. It's one of my favorite ones. So if we go over to instagantt, now on instagantt I've already logged onto, but when you log on to the first time, it'll ask you to log on to it using Asana. Now I'm going to connect a project. So in this case, I'm going to look at this workspace project, which is the same workspace that we are on Asana. So and then we locate our new fit-out project, we connect, then close. Now on the left, once again, you can see the new fit-out project connected on instagantt. We can open it. Now we'll be able to see our tasks and these tasks assigned to the different foremen, as you can see. Also, if we go across, you'll see these tasks, the end dates of these tasks. Now, the good thing about instagantt now is we can now create a duration to say when do we want this to start and to end. Now we can drag this across This is open. Right. We can drag this across and say, look, we wanted this to start on the 14th. That's our first fix, and we want our second fix to start immediately after our first fix. Now also, one other thing you can do here is to create what we call dependencies. So we can say we want our second fix to be dependent on our first fix, AC, which is, so then you can see it creates a link. Now, we can also within instagantt create a task directly with a duration. So here, say we want this simultaneously to be happening at the same time as our AC fit out. So we drag it across and we've created our task, and same as the first fix. So you can also create dependencies. But what I wanted to show you is if we move over to new fit out project in our Asana, you can then see that, let's just sync this. You can then see that it's automatically created the end date within Asana, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Now if we go back onto our instagantt, one other thing I wanted to show you is we can also check workload to say, look, our foreman got this much work, and if need be we can reschedule so we reduce the workload. Now if we go back to our Gantt, we can also within instagantt we can change the progress, as in terms of percentage. We can set a percentage progress. So if we click on the task, we can say this is 40% complete, and it shows. And now once you're ready with your project, you can then share it. You export its image. In this case we wanted to show as weeks. Download, and you can see the project schedule, which you can share with all the team members. We go back to our instagantt, we close. Now if we go back to our Asana, you notice that it doesn't really show durations but only shows the end dates. But on the calendar as well, you can view this progress to see when, to track when activities are to be finished within Asana. So if you go down, you can see when our second fix and first fix are due for the electrical and the AC. You can also check progress or update progress. So one other thing I want to mention is you can set a due date for the entire project on there. You can also update the status. You can say the project is on track, or this project is progressing with some risks, or it's not on track and it needs attention. So say for example in this project I can say, look, it is progressing, however need to redo ceiling in bedroom 1, and then you can set this as a status, and people can then comment depending on who you share this with. Let's just go back and set our due date for the entire project. So we want this project to finish January, by the end of January. Now if we go down, I want to show you can see our due date there, and this tracks the progress. If we go back to our list view or our project view, you can see right there on the right this status is updated. And the good thing is anyone who is involved in the project can always come and check on the status without having to email back and forth to find out or make phone calls. So this is a very good tool. Now, thank you for tuning in. This is all I have for you today. Please, if you do have any queries, visit constructionandit.com on our contact us page, and you can send your queries on there. Thank you. Hope to see you again.